So Abalimi with Themba is a program that we are launching as a pilot project here in Bulawayo with under the oversight of the Presbytery of Bulawayo. And it really is a hybrid program derived from the material we get from Equipping Farmers International and the material from Sowers of Hope in Rwanda. So we are coming off the back of a heavy drought, and a lot of churches, a lot of people were devastated. There was no food, and so this program seeks to address and to prepare people, prepare the church to respond to any future events like that. So we've got 12 churches that we're working with, and among the 12 churches, we've grouped them into 3 geographical zones. And what we're doing is, in each zone, we'll be doing lessons in conservation agriculture, in sustainable agriculture, and all the time doing it through the biblical lens. And why the need? Because all of these churches are churches that have lots of land available to them as a resource. And what we're trying to do is to help them, to disciple them into a more efficient use of their land, a more productive use of their land, a more profitable use of their land, in order to ensure food security, to improve livelihoods, and ultimately to leading to sustainable ministries. So if I step back a little bit, Africa in general is blessed with lots of farmable land, and as part of our efforts to disciple people, to encourage people into using the land or seeing the land as a resource that God has blessed them with, we are engaging the church in Africa. You know, Ephesians 3:10 talks about the intent was that the manifest wisdom of God be made manifest, but it was through the church. And so God wants the transformative narrative or journey to come through the church. This is why we are working with the church in Africa, particularly because of the resources that are in Africa. We are encouraging people to look at the asset base that they have. The existential experiences of people in Africa is of poor people. But when you look at the assets that they have, when you look at our assets, when you look at the land we have, when you look at our natural resources, we should be living very good lives. And so we are trying through this program with Equipping Farmers International, with Sowers of Hope, we are trying to disciple the church. This is why we call it an agri-faith ministry, to try and disciple the church to use the resources that they have more efficiently and more productively, ultimately more profitably. The whole idea of today was to bring all our 12 churches under one roof. The participants who were here today were selected by their local pastors. The idea was to have everyone together in the same room and explain the philosophy of how we are going to work, explain how, though we'll be farming, though we'll be teaching each other sustainable agricultural ways, but we are doing it from the perspective of the Bible. And so it was important for us that everyone comes under one roof and they hear the ethos, the philosophy of ministry, of how we do things. And I was very encouraged that the atmosphere in the room was very positive. The reception was good. The time of singing was very uplifting. So we are very grateful to Equipping Farmers International and the supporters of Equipping Farmers International who have helped us with initial funding to launch this program. But it's not one of those short programs. This is a long, drawn-out 18-month program. So we are still praying for providence. We're still praying for support to see us through. There's a lot of logistical things. We have to visit these different geographical centers. We have to send our teams to facilitate these meetings. There's transport, there's things like stipends. So we still are looking for support to fill the project, but we've got initial funding to get it started. And so everyone who was here today left here with specific dates of when they are going to start. So we are well and truly underway, but we are still looking for more support.